Arvid Loewen is always on the move, and today is no different. As we celebrate Canada Day with family and friends, 54-year-old grandfather Arvid Loewen is celebrating a little differently. He is climbing on a bike and riding from Vancouver to Halifax in a 13-day attempt to break the Guinness World Record. But that isn't his only goal. For the past number of years, Arvid has become an ambassador to an organization that is no stranger to viewers of 100 Huntley Street. The Mully Children's Family Foundation, the largest children's rescue, rehabilitation, and development organization in Africa, it gives thousands of street kids a place to call home. We met Arvid at the Mountain Equipment Co-op in Burlington, Ontario.
I mean, I've always had a heart for children. But specifically about Mully Children's Family, it's their ability to work towards self-sustainability. They're not there just to say, give us money and we will just redistribute that. It is a complete package of raising a family, first rescuing them, giving them health care, giving them the education, and then equipping them with life skills.
Charles Mully, once a successful businessman in Kenya, was led by God to sell everything and open his heart and his home to orphaned street kids in the country. Already a father of 8, he has become a surrogate father to over 6,000 children in need over the past 20 years.
I want to be the father to the fatherless. I would like to help those people who are completely hopeless and restore hope and the peace and the love of God into their lives.
Moved literally into action, Arvid hopes his 13-day trek across the country will bring even more awareness to the great work Charles Mully is doing.
Some call me crazy, others call me determined.
And at 54 years old, he is urging other grandparents like himself to get involved, dubbing this the Grandpa's Can Ride.
I invite you to join Charles Mully and me to bring hope to thousands of abandoned children,
proving you are never too old to make a difference in a child's life.
Since I was blessed with 3 grandsons, each one of our children had their firstborn was a son, I came up with the idea that I should do an event built around the concept that grandpas can also still do a whole lot more than just, and I have nothing against people going on a vacation or hitting a golf ball on a golf course, but there is so much more than we can do than just simply love our grandkids, support our children, raising them in God's way. We can do so much more.
And he's proven that. In the past 6 years, Arvid has raised over $1.3 million for MCF. And this 13-day pedal across the country is an effort to raise even more for this great cause. But Arvid will be the first to admit the journey hasn't been easy. In 2005, Arvid was the vice president of operations for Palliser Furniture Company when he started fundraising for MCF.
I did an event called Spoke 2005, the Canadian Safari, where I actually transported 3 teenagers from Mully Children's Family across Canada on the back of a tandem bike.
After raising funds and awareness during those 30 days, Arvid returned to his job at Palliser with a new outlook and purpose. And in a few months, he made an incredible decision.
I resigned and decided that I was going to spend my full-time focus on being an ambassador and raising money for Mully Children's Family.
Leaving his job of 31 years, Arvid and his wife Ruth decided to commit the rest of their life to being ambassadors for Mully Children's Family.
In 2005, I had taken a little bookmark of a child, and her name happened to be Charity. And Charity was your typical story, and to me it was a picture of a child that we typically deal with by just flipping the page on a newspaper or turning the channel on the TV. When we were there, a little girl jumped on my lap. It happened to be Charity. And I had carried her picture for 30 days. Excuse me. She sat on my lap for 30 minutes. And God did something to me. He changed the way I view a destitute child. I saw the real child. And it was very clear to us at that point that Mully Children's Family was now our extended family. And this is the kind of level of commitment that we were going to make to them. And so So that's what we've been doing.
For the first few years, they lived off of Arvid's severance payments, and now they're RRSPs, each day making a sacrifice to do what God has called them to do.
I was reminded of the story in the Bible where Jesus took the 5 loaves of bread and the 2 fish and fed the multitudes. And for me, those 5 loaves were my RSPs, and my 2 fish were my legs, my ability to ride my bike. It was a struggle. Yeah. When we handed them over finally to God, I had peace. And the blessings, they just kept coming our way. Not in the form of necessarily personal blessings, which is not something that we were looking for, but the blessings came in the form of support for Mully Children's Family. That we would.
So with all of this in mind, Arvid is ready for the next challenge. He's already rode 15,000 kilometers across Kenya, 5,000 kilometers across the U.S., so he's prepared as he could ever be for the mental and physical anguish the next 13 days will bring. Riding on only 2 hours of sleep a night, he knows it will be tough.
There's the whole health issues, you know, like, do I stay healthy enough throughout this whole thing? I'm putting a lot of demand on my body. And then there's the mental aspect. As much as I think this is a good idea today, I will lose that perception along the way many, many times, okay? And those are all some of the mental and even spiritual battles that I will go through at 2 o'clock at night and those kind of things. So the outcome is totally uncertain. I think my chances of doing this, they are real. Are they better than 30%? I'm not sure, okay? But I don't need to be a Guinness World Record holder to feel that I've done what I can do. I've learned over time with disappointments, and I've had many disappointments on a bike. I learned that it's okay to dream big, do the best you can in preparation in all aspects, and then just simply sit back and allow God to take it to whatever level He wants.
And for Arvid, he knows that means bringing hope to thousands of children in Kenya who have been given a second chance in life through the Mully Children's Family Foundation.
This whole project of what I'm doing this year with Grandpa's Can is really focusing on the idea that we as individuals, as grandparents, since we have become grandparents and just recently, we can do so much more than just looking after our own kids, and we can reach out and embrace so many more children.
You can follow Arvid's progress online, as well as donate to the Mully Children's Family Foundation by going to our website at crossroads.ca/missions and click on the link. In Burlington, Ontario, Magdalene John, 100 Huntley Street.